Hi, this is John. I'm back again with another cymbal cleaning video. You may recall I did the cleaning a cymbal with a lemon video, and I did a cleaning a cymbal with a grapefruit video. And luckily, I ran across some cymbals that I thought I had thrown away or given away as we were cleaning the garage recently. And this is my original pair of hi-hats that I got in 1984 when I first started playing drums. And as you can see, they're in pretty crappy shape. I've been using this one as the bottom, and I've been using this one as the top just to do my testing. And the last time I did a video, people commented, why didn't you do a before and after test? So this time I'm doing a before and after test. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm going to do first. This one is not in terrible shape. So I think I'm going to set this one aside for a while. And I'm only going to work on this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into 4 areas with some tape. And then I'm going to do 3 of these quarters, 1 with salt and vinegar, 1 with Barkeeper's Friend, and 1 with my old friend, the lemon. The 4th one I'm going to leave untouched. I got my tape here, and I'm just going to create an X across it, and I'm pushing it down to seal it, right? So that we'll have strong lines wherever stuff is. So I'm going to put the X on here. I'm going to label each area, and then I'm going to clean it with the various different things that I'm trying to do this with. So I've got a sponge here, and here's what I figure I'll do. I'll dip the sponge in the vinegar, which is going to smell really good. Put some salt on the cymbal like that. And boy, I hope this works because it smells terrible. I'm just going to kind of rub it. And okay, so I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it looks like immediately this is doing something. And I'm not going to, I'm going to try not to work any of these techniques any more than another, if I can help it, right? Because I want to give you sort of a, here's 5 minutes of this and here's 5 minutes of that. That way you'll know which one's more effective or which one's less effective, that kind of thing. It seems like wherever the salt goes, as soon as the vinegar hits it, the brass gets clean there. So I've added a little bit more to the edge here. It smells awful. I can tell you that. I'm already not liking this particular technique just because of the smell. Vinegar smells bad by itself. It seems like with the salt, it's even worse. All right, so my initial reaction to this, besides the stench, is that it looks kind of cloudy. So, not too excited about that yet. Let's do Barkeeper's Friend on this little quadrant and see what happens. So I got a little bowl here with some water. Got my Barkeeper's Friend here. And what I've seen people do with this online is just to sprinkle some out. And the people I've seen online rub it around with their fingers. But I was just reading the instructions for this stuff, and it kind of says that you probably shouldn't do it with bare hands. And since I don't have gloves right now, I'm going to sprinkle some out on the cymbal. I'm going to wet it with my sponge and kind of rub it around with the sponge. And I think the idea here is that you're supposed to make it into sort of a little bit of a paste and then kind of rub it around. And I've got to say that the videos I've seen of people using this stuff, it looked like a miracle. Like if I had known about this before I even tried the lemon, I would have never even tried the lemon because I would have just done this every time. So anyway, let's get this show started here. I'm going to start kind of small. So I don't know how this is going to look, but here we go. It's not, I think I need more water. Oh wait, no, that's a paste. This is good. Oh my goodness. Do you see this already? Look at that. This is what I saw online, which is what made me want to try this. And I got to say that this Barkeeper's Friend stuff is cheap too. This whole container, which is 21 ounces, I got for $2. One thing I will mention that's different so far about this compared to the salt and vinegar, this actually has no smell really to it at all. And I mean, considering that this cymbal had 30 years worth of oxidation, whatever, dust and stuff on it, I can see under this foaminess that the stuff made that it's really clean under there. So just like the salt and vinegar side, I'm going to go rinse this off now and be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and it does look cleaner than the salt and vinegar. Although I got to say, the salt and vinegar still looks good, right? So now it's time for my old friend, the old lemon. There's nothing better than a nice, clean smelling lemon. Let's get it going. Something I didn't do the last time I cleaned a cymbal with a lemon on camera was I didn't squeeze the juice out. Didn't think it was really necessary, but I think I'll do that this time. And, once again, you can see this right away that it's starting to make a difference, like instantly, as soon as it starts getting rubbed in there. This by far smells the best out of these three things that I'm trying here. There's something about a lemon that just smells really good to me. Well, it looks to me like the lemon is also working pretty well, but these areas where it's heavily tarnished around the edge, it's not taking that off, not like the Barkeeper's Friend did. But anyway, we'll see. And again, I don't want to do this for too long because I don't want to, that might make it an unfair test, right? So anyway, I think I'm done with the lemon for now. Going to go rinse this off, and we'll take a look at these three quadrants here when I'm done. What do you think? Can you tell on the camera? Put a comment if you think, one of these looks better than the other. Of course, this one's still untouched, so I'm going to figure out what to do with it here in a minute. I already know, but I'll tell you in a minute. I bought some little tubs, and I talked about this in my lemon video. I want to try soaking these. And something that I've seen used in other videos is just straight vinegar. So I'm going to soak this one in straight vinegar. This is the bottom, right, that I was showing you earlier. It's not quite as tarnished. And I'm going to soak this one that we worked on today in Coke, to be exact, because I've seen and I've heard that Coca Cola will shine anything if you just leave it soaked for a while. I've even seen some videos where people rub a rusty bumper with Coke and it turns it into perfectly shiny chrome. And just think people drink that stuff. Ugh. All right, so I got my tub and I got my cymbal. And I think I said I was going to use Coke on this first cymbal that has the markings on it. So let's get it going. Looks like 2 liters isn't quite enough. Good thing this crap is on sale. I got another bottle handy. It looks like there's just a little tiny volcano in the ocean of Coke. So, but I know that I can clean that with lemon or Barkeeper's Friend later. So I'm not going to worry about that. I think 4 liters of Coke is enough for this. Going to set this aside and get my other tub. All right, got my other tub. The other cymbal. Got the vinegar. What do you know? It's the same thing. Just have a little volcano sticking up out of the sea of vinegar. All right, so last night I tilted the tubs up a little bit so that the cymbals would be more submerged in their respective liquids here. And so as you can see, the vinegar is having a strange effect on this. It creates this green stuff. Oh, the green stuff comes right off. But I was going to say that wherever it's exposed to air, there's green stuff. And wherever it's submerged, it's not green, but it's also not really getting clean. Even if I scrape it a little bit with a brush, it doesn't seem to do much. So vinegar, I'm sure that there's a chemist out there who knows what's going on here and could explain why it's clean where it was exposed to the air, but not where it's submerged. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to pull it out of here and leave it exposed to the air for a little while and see if that causes it to become clean, you know, like this. We'll see what happens. And then I think what I want to do with this one is just see if maybe brushing it will have any effect. You can see that this cymbal that's been submerged in the Coke all night has become pretty clean, as evidenced by the fact that the stripes where the tape originally was are almost non-existent now. The vinegar cymbal didn't turn out as well as I thought. I really think that, though, that this has some potential, and if I could just figure out why it's so much cleaner where the air was hitting it. So I've decided what I'm going to do to finish this is I'm just going to do both of these with the barkeeper's friend, since it's so easy. I'm just going to go ahead and do that out here, and I'll be done with this. So I'm just going to leave these sitting here for a few minutes, and I'll come back and rinse them off. But I guess what I'll do then is when I'm done rinsing them, I'll clean the bottoms with the barkeeper's friend as well. Huh. I can still see the line where the tape was on this, at least one of the lines anyway. A little surprised by that. Boy, this one sure looks a lot better, doesn't it? Look at that. I'll tell you something, this barkeeper's friend stuff is really good. Okay, so I think I'm done with my test. And just so that we're clear, this is the one that was split into quadrants in the beginning, the top, and this is the one that I've been using as the bottom. And I think that soaking this in Coke made the biggest difference, because when you look at the bottoms, the one that was soaked in vinegar isn't really as shiny or clean as the one that was soaked in the Coke. Okay then, I'm not sure that I could tell a difference in the sound. I even put on some headphones and that didn't convince me that there's a very noticeable difference. So if you noticed a difference, put a comment in the comment section below and let us know what you thought. Anyway, regarding the first part of my test, the salt and vinegar worked very well and it didn't take much effort. Most people keep both items around the house, so it's pretty convenient, but it smelled awful. Barkeeper's Friend didn't have any smell. It's very inexpensive and it takes very little work to get the brass shiny. The lemon also works very well. It smelled really good and it can be essentially free if you have or know someone who has a lemon tree. It takes a little more work than Barkeeper's Friend, but the results are pretty similar. I didn't notice a big enough difference in the effectiveness among these three substances to have a huge preference, but I can say without hesitation that the vinegar was my least favorite odor of the three. And regarding the soak test, I think there was a clear winner there. Soaking just about any kind of metal in Coca Cola will remove corrosion and oxidation. I think I'm going to soak both of these cymbals in the Coke for the next week, and if I make any amazing discoveries, I'll come back and let you know. Thanks for watching. If you find any of my content interesting, informative, or entertaining, please subscribe and let me know by leaving a comment below. Make it a great day.